Come on. What am I gonna say? 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 Hello. I wanted to film another behind the scenes on my latest Meshuggah inspired trumpet track because I tend to forget what I do in these. I make it and then I'm just on to the next one. And so this way it kind of forces me to go back, formalize a little bit what I did, clean it up so it's presentable to you guys. And there were actually some fun nuggets that I wanted to share. So come on, let's dive into this. So this week I wanted to tackle Meshuggah's song Broken Cog because for almost 2 years I've been hearing it wrong. The riff, I thought it was just on one note, and I've got it set up here so you can hear it. I thought it was all on one note, but apparently there's some subtle nuances that give it more of a rhythmic shifting that I wrote out here. And so it's essentially a grouping of 7/8 notes, 5/8 notes, and 10/8 notes, and with rests. And it's sort of cool because it's technically in a 12/8 feel, which I've got a metronome so you can feel it a little better. So it's really cool. It's classic Meshuggah, how it's this melody, but then as soon as you get that ostinato of just a quarter note, a dotted quarter over it, gives a completely new feel. So for my track, I started with this rhythmic structure as my basis and came up with a little melody. And for me, I'm a complete sucker for the Lydian mode, and so that's just instantly where my ear gravitated, and that's what I recorded here. So the next layer I added in was just a harmony to that. Ooh. Very pretty. Pardon the chunky audio in there. So I have these in little groups. So within the melody, I recorded it 3 different times just to give it some more depth. Same with the harmony. My next cluster of layers were all percussive layers. And if we go one by one, each one is laying down either that dotted quarter or something supporting it. So the first track, it's rhythmic support and also establishing that root of a B natural. And the fun thing with this, I changed the pitches so that it corresponded to the 7, 5, and 10 idea from the opening riff. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I actually messed that one up and only did 8, but I actually just discovered that after going through and checking. My intent was to make it 10. So, oops. My next little layer, it's my fake ride cymbal. I use it in the majority of my tracks now. And I get that effect by using my trumpet and just blowing air through it. And it's on, if you were thinking of this in a 12/8, it would be on beats 2 and 4. My next layer, this is just a fast reinterpretation of the broken cog pattern. So turning these eighth notes into more of a quarter and then making it fast. The last layer. Again, just more dotted quarter rhythmic support, but I displaced the octaves to... It just felt like it needed some more depth so it wasn't all just muddy in the lower register. So if we listen to all these together... This is sort of my replacement as a trumpet player without a drum set. So this is my trumpet drum set, if you will. Now the next layer I have was a little chordal, sort of cloudy texture. So everything about this is based on this broken cog pattern, from the pitches and their rhythmic lengths. So I geeked out. I interpreted the 7, 5, and 10 as scale degrees, assuming we're in a B Lydian, which would give me the pitches A sharp, F sharp, and D sharp. So this first layer here, I have starting on A sharp, which would be the 7, going to F sharp, the 5th, and then D sharp, the 10th. And I'm holding out that note that many quarter notes. So I'm holding it out 7 beats, and then the F sharp would be 5, and then the D sharp would be 10. 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3. I doubled it up an octave for the next track. And then these next layers, I started it, so this one I started on 10, which is the D sharp. And so the cool effect here is since it starts on a D sharp, it's going to last 10 beats, and it's technically not going to be moving at the same time as these other two. And then the third layer, it's starting on the 5th now. Oh, pardon this clippy audio. I've got an awful computer. But that's this whole layer, this whole group of layers is all based on this broken cog cell right from the beginning of the song. And originally I did have it. Originally I didn't have the note lengths staggered like that. And it sounded like this. So there's like a little, it's almost a little cleaner, but there was something about the staggered entrance that kept this like dreamy, ethereal quality. And I thought it was more fun to explore that, because there was almost something so generic that's every sort of pop horn arrangement is this togetherness, but this way it kind of gave a little bit of a kaleidoscopic effect. Now the last layer is my favorite trick. I'll take the line. So in this case, that fast broken cog, I'll take that, and I click this little button here, which doubles it in length, and I'll re-pitch it so that it doesn't, so the re-pitch feature here, it stretches the length and doesn't adjust the pitch to keep it the same. So it's gonna, since it's twice as long, it's dropping it down 1 full octave. I did this in the last video, I did it again this time, and the fun thing, depending on the tempo, sometimes I usually get at least 3, but sometimes I can get 4 octaves low. So we got the 3rd one there, and I was lucky enough to get the 5th, or the 4th. Yeah! Oh, too cool. And I actually decided to play around this time, since I normally just play around with doubling or halving. And really, I should demonstrate here this little trick. I can also make it shorter. But those high ones don't sound as interesting. I wanted the low notes. For these last 2 layers, I thought it'd be fun to actually try adding in a different pitch. So instead of doing an octave, I actually changed the time of the... I did like a manual stretching of it to get a different pitch than just the octave. So 5th scale degree, and again, I had to go for the 7th. And I love the way that again, the staggered entrances keeps it really interesting, and this morphing quality. So altogether, just a big cluster of low notes. Sort of like clouds at the bottom, accompanied with clouds in the sky. Add some percussion. So after I had all of these layers, I just had this big beefy sound, and I wanted to record like some little solo line over it, and everything was so broad and very round. I wanted some more, percussive sounds on the trumpet, something a little more, pecky to complement all of this other softness. A lot of staccatos and screeches. And in the actual track, I just recorded one solo line of this and staggered the entrance here so that, because in this one solo, I did some staccatos and then I also got some breathy stuff at the end that I thought came out really nice. The audio on my computer is abhorrent today, and I apologize. But I hope that the breathiness of that came across. It's probably my inner Deftones fan coming through. And so I put them all 3 together like this, so that at one time you kind of get a little slice of each flavor of the solo, like Neapolitan ice cream. Then in full context with every other part of the song. So that's my track this week. Broken Cobbler. Inspired by Broken Cog and for the no-cow blueberry cobbler bar. I'm on a mission to just film every bar because I've got video and it's just sitting on my hard drive. It's just finding the right time to do it. But thank you so much for watching this. I hope you learned a little something. Drop any comments or questions down below. And yeah, this is I tried recording this a couple times and I had some snafus, and I was sort of fumbling around with my words, and the fact my mom teaches public speaking, I could not let it fly. I don't know if she's watching this. Mom, if you're watching this, I love you. But for anyone else, if you got this far, drop some love for my mom in the comments too. But thank you as always, and until the next Meshuggah video, or Rush video, it's gonna be something, and you're gonna love it. I guarantee it.